A federal civil rights complaint was filed today against Harvard, calling for an investigation into legacy and donor-related admissions. This comes just days after the 6-3 decision by the Supreme Court to end race-based affirmative action. That was a ruling already forcing schools to rethink how they attract now a diverse student body. So I want to welcome in Dr. Michael Drake, the 21st president of the University of California system and the first Black president to hold that post. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Drake. And UC schools do not give preference to legacy candidates, but do you think that it's time for all colleges to stop legacy admissions to level the playing field?
We haven't used legacy admissions for quite some time, and it works very well for us, and I think everyone else could apply this as well, but we haven't used it for years.
Well, California became the first state to also ban affirmative action in 1996, and others will now be looking for guidance. What is the learning curve going to look like, do you think?
It took us a few years to learn how to evaluate candidates in a comprehensive manner that let us look at those things which we thought would make them the strongest applicants to our universities. And by doing that, we've been able to now do a good job of increasing our diversity since the time of the affirmative action ban in the 1990s. So it took us a few years, but we've had some practice, as have other states, and we're happy to share that experience.
Well, President Biden also proposed that adversity scores become a new standard in admissions, and the UC Davis Medical School has been using a socioeconomic disadvantage scale to attract diversity. It rates every applicant from 0 to 99, taking into account life circumstances, things like family income, parental education. Could a policy like that, do you think, also work on a broader scale?
Yeah, I think that's worked well for UC Davis, and it's, we're continuing to evaluate and try to perfect those things. But in all cases, what we're doing is looking at the life circumstances of the applicant and evaluating those, and then trying to do our best job in picking the appropriate applicants to join us. And we have really outstanding students doing this, really outstanding classes that are doing quite well. So we think this is quite promising.
And UC schools made the decision in 2021 not to require SAT scores. Is there any evidence whether that is helping diversify the applicant pool?
We did find that when we removed away from using the SAT as a barrier step, that we had an increase in applications from groups of students that had been underrepresented in the past. And, this is new for us. It's just 2 years, and it's during the pandemic, so we're still evaluating it. But what I'll say is that since doing that, we still have an incredibly outstanding students who are doing quite well. So we find it quite promising.
And Dr. Drake, I know you said you'd be ready and willing to help other universities as they navigate this new future that we have in front of us. Have you heard from any administrators yet?
I'm in constant contact with colleagues from different universities, as I have been for all these years. And so we've all been talking about this really for many months as these cases were winding their way through the courts. And we are having conversations about how we might, again, convene and talk about ways that we can continue to be inclusive, outstanding universities. That's our goal always, is to be the best university we can be.
And now that affirmative action has gone away, what do you think does that mean for the landscape of higher education in America?
Well, I think that higher education is very important to our country. And if we're going to be the strongest and best universities we can be, if we're going to be the best educators for our citizenry, we want to make sure that we're inclusive. So the real role for all of us is to work together to make sure that we know that opportunity is not distributed equally across zip codes, but talent is. And we want to make sure that we go to all parts of our society and have there be a pathway for people to continue to come and learn with us. And we'll work with our colleagues to do the best we can to do that.
Well said, Dr. Michael Drake. We appreciate your time.
Good to see you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.